And let's welcome Nikita.
Hey!
Thank you.
Hey, hello guys. Actually, if you don't understand what does it mean, it's my hey. I lived in 12 countries and I played American football for 7 years. And when I was a rookie, newbie in our team, our captain of team, he didn't understand what to do with me. He didn't have time to teach me how to play American football. And he told me, Nikita, when I make a noise like hey, just take this ball and run away somewhere. And when I do this hey, you should understand that I feel myself amazing because I remember all extreme occasions in my life. Okay, let's start. I'm Nikita Prokhorov. Here's my contact. Here is me. I like this guy. He's very smart. Actually, yes. I'm a co-founder of Reputation+. Here's my contact. There is no my phone number because I installed WeChat yesterday because my Chinese friend told me, Nikita, you should install WeChat because WeChat is very cool. It is the best messenger in the world. I installed it and this morning they banned me in WeChat. So if you can help me to restore it, I will be very grateful to you. Okay, I'm co-founder of Reputation+. Tim Soren is my partner, and actually originally our company was founded 9 years ago in Moscow. And we are the biggest online reputation company, the strongest online reputation company in Eastern Europe. And our main business, we help to Chinese brands to do their business in Russia, we promote them, we created cool reputation for Chinese brand in Russia and in Eastern Europe and sometimes even in the United States. Because Russia and Chinese people were great friends, and Chinese and American people, sorry. Actually, we have the same station in Russia. We all like each other, but we both don't like Americans. Yes. I know that the American guy, you should know I like you too, because I lived in the United States for 2 years, and that's why I'm playing American football. It's my favorite sport. Let's start. Why do we do online reputation management, and why do I like it? Actually, it's all my life. It is a survey of Nielsen company. This is the statistics, it's most trusted advertising formats in the world. You should pay attention to these two, it's top 2. Personal recommendations. More than 90% of people trust each other when we do personal recommendations to each other. If I buy Samsung phone and I like it, I will tell to my friend, hey man, I like Samsung for Galaxy 9, or if I buy Huawei and I like it, I will tell to my friends about it. Especially I like Apple users, they always help to each other. Apple users are sure that iPhones are the best phones in the world. In outcome, we all trust each other, because we're all friends, right? Especially in China and Russia. It's not enough just to be partners, we all try to be friends. And that is why our countries are in the prosperity stage. And pay attention to the second point, consumer opinions online. We all know such websites like AliExpress, Booking, or any e-commerce, any internet shop. There are always any types of ratings with 4 stars, 3 stars, 5 stars. And actually, it's a surprise for me, but more than 70% of people, they trust to these ratings, 4 stars, 5 stars. In an outcome, you can see that top 2 consumers ratings and top 2 most trusted advertising formats, they are about reputation online. That is why it's my business. Actually, what do we do when we try to help the Chinese brand to get in Russia? How do we promote them? We'll talk today about online reputation management, but actually it's only the beginning of our work. First of all, reputation management. There are many Chinese brands in Russia, especially cell phones like Huawei, Meizu, OnePlus, and there are many other car brands like Geely, Great Wall. Dima has shown you some statistics about it. There is only one problem. I don't know why, but most Russian people think that quality of these products are not very cool, and we try to improve this situation. Of course, all brands have some troubles, but we try to moderate and we try to improve reputation of brands online. We'll talk today about it. Also, we do creation of websites, because Russian people like websites, and we also create a lot of websites for each brand. If, for example, manufacturers of cell phones have more than 20 models, we'll create several websites for each model. It's very necessary for Russian internet. I will show you some statistics today about Russian internet. You should understand that it is very different from Chinese internet and from American internet. Because Russia have, for example, 12 search engines, not only Google and Yahoo. We have Rambler, Yandex, and many other search engines. I'm sure that you have never even thought about it. I'll show it. Social media marketing, it's very necessary because Russia have 14 social networks. Facebook, Vkontakte, Blogspot, LiveJournal. I'll show you all of them today. Russian internet is very complicated. Even Russian people that can't even try to understand it. Sorry. Breakthrough PR. It is very useful to get into the Russian news, Russian magazines, and I'll show you today some examples how to do it for free and how to do it very fast. Because elder generation of Russian people don't use social networks. Yes, it's true. They still read magazines and watch TV shows, and it's necessary to get here. And there is also advertising, but my colleagues today, as a speaker, will tell you many words about it. Now, online reputation management. It is all my life. I like it. And I'm rich thanks to it. What does it mean? Online reputation management contains 5 main points. First of all, social listening. Here. It's different monitoring system. Dima has shown you some of them. It's very necessary and it is very useful to gather, to collect different mentions and different posts in real-time mode. It is very important if we work with political guys, if we work on political elections, if we work even on presidential elections, because we can find any mentions of dual brand online, and sometimes we can even try to delete them. Then communication with negative mentions. Unfortunately, people, especially in Russia, they like to write different negative reviews. They like to write in negative reviews, negative feedbacks, because it's fun, actually, yes. Because negative reviews always get many likes, many shares, and sometimes it is a cool way of promotion, for example, for users' Instagram and for users' blogs. Because unfortunately, negative reviews and negative content, sometimes they are much more interesting for audience, and we have to communicate with them. Spreading of positive content, sorry for the spreading of positive on true, much more positive on both sides, on 4 sides. But there is only one person in the world who always trusts that people will create something positive about his brand. It is an owner of a brand. People will never try to create something positive if we don't help them, if we sometimes don't promote them, if we don't sponsor them. There are many ways how to persuade people and how to make people create some positive brand. I will try to make some photos with me, because I will give you some gifts, trust me. Okay, and we have to find the way how to create positive content. And oh, guys, I have cool presentation. Look, ta-da! Social listening. The beginning of our work. We try to find some content about brand. Communication with negative. Second point, creation of and spreading of positive content. Come on, man. Okay, make pictures. And then SERM, search engine reputation management. I will show you how can we delete and how can we create many positive content in Google, Yahoo. Because unfortunately, Google, Yahoo, and other search engines, this is automatically system, and we have to create content to spread that, to add something here. I like different kind of people, and I like different smart people. I have one very interesting phrase of Warren Buffett. It's a financial cool guy. He told very interesting things. It makes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about it, that you will do things differently. Actually, do things differently, I always try to help brand to create their reputation and not ruin it. What can we do? Actually, when I read this phrase, I remember about blockchain. Actually, originally blockchain was a very cool idea. How to protect data, how to transfer money very fast. It was a kind of technological revolution. It was very useful technology. But unfortunately, it's a cool example of ruined reputation of the whole industry. Blockchain, ICOs, STO, they all are my typical clients. Because unfortunately, the reputation of the whole industry is ruined. What happened? Failed expectations. Why more than 80% of ICOs was less than where they started. And these all are articles from very respectful magazines and TV channels. Half of ICOs die within 4 months after token sales finalized. Oh, this one. 80% of ICOs conducted in 2017 were scams. It means fakes and stuff like that. And now it's very difficult for foreign brands and for foreign blockchains to promote their business and to promote their ICOs or STOs in Russia. These are typical result of the ruined reputation of the whole industry. What can we do with it? First of all, we start with social listening, monitoring of big data, gathering of different information. My partner Dima has told many things about it. I just want to show you several ideas how can we use it and what should we do with it. First of all, social network monitoring. Guys, if you don't try to collect information about your brand in real-time mode, 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, then it means that you have lost many information. You have lost many mentions. Because we can even try to sell something in social network, or at least we will find some activities of our rivals, some activities of our competitors, or maybe we can try even to find some fake accounts who try to spread bad information about our brands. Sense media monitoring. It's very important because we have to try to find all publications and all news about brand. Because we all know that if our rivals are very strong companies, if our competitors are very rich, sometimes they even have their own TV channels, their own magazines, their own newspapers, and they can try to spread bad information and fake information about brand, and we have to fight with it. Search engine monitoring. We have to check all websites in real-time mode which contain at least some useful information for our PR, for our communication, and for our strategy. And we also have to do it in real-time mode. Dima has told you many useful information about social media listening. I will try to show you the main ideas. Why should we do it? Of course, first step, listen to my friend Dima. You have already done it. What can we do in social media monitoring? We can find information. Who writes something about us? Who creates these mentions? Where? Which social networks? What do they tell? Good information, bad information. How many likes? How many shares? Overall engagement. And should we do at least something? Actually, there are three main social media monitoring systems in the world. Two of them are Russian, thanks God, Brand Analytics and NewsCon, and this one, BrandWatch, it is a market leader of online reputation. They gather the highest quantity of sources of information. Then communication with negative information, with negative mentions. Actually, I have several examples for you. First, actually, this one is my favorite. This is a screenshot of Russian Google, a search engine result page in Google. I pay attention, a Russian Google. I did this snapshot in Russia. United Airlines, sorry for that, but it's my favorite airline company. Here are search predictions, scandal in English and scandal in Russian. It's Russian Google. If we see here search prediction scandal in English, it means that English-speaking people who live in Moscow, they put it in Russian Google, something goes wrong. If you need to get some information about Japanese or about American brands, I always advise you to use Yahoo, because this search engine is is very famous and very useful in the United States, in Japanese, in all the other countries. They are not very popular, but United Airlines passenger looks at these search predictions. Passenger, removal, complaints, dragged, video, arrested, kicked out of the plane, incident dies. Actually, the whole story of somebody in search predictions. Maybe he will write a book. What happened here? Because it's something strange. Actually, I found the news. You can find it too. United Airlines passenger forcibly removed from flight, and here is a man almost dead in blood. Bad news, but look better. BBC. It's top European TV channel. CNN and all other leading media show the same result and show the same news. Many bad things. Result. Chief Executive Officer, boss of this brand, made a statement. He tried to protect his brand. He tried to show his own opinion. Actually, he did it in Twitter. I don't know why did he choose it, but I apologize for having to re-accommodate these customers. Pay attention, re-accommodate. If you don't understand, this is recommendation. Guys, I studied at MBA, Master of Business Administration. Man, it's a very bad picture, so okay, make a photo. Yes. I studied an MBA, and I know that unfortunately many teachers in PR and in communication with media tell to the student, if you don't know what to tell to people, tell something complicated. For example, re-accommodate. Recommendation, okay. Which result did they get? There are many TV channels, there are many funny TV shows, and unfortunately, all these TV shows created much more content. For example, we can recommend you the easy way, and people are being dropped out of the plane. Pay attention, more than 2,000 likes, more than 1,000 retweets. It's a very cool social media, actually. Or this one, check-in online, business class, economy class, fighting club. Pay attention, 1,000 retweets and shares, almost 2,000 likes. 200,000 likes, yes. It's very good, cool result. Not every social media agency can do such result. But unfortunately, United Airlines suffered nearly 1 billion loss in value after passenger was violently dragged. 1 billion loss. Actually, it is the cost of one message of recommendation. So what can we do? I always trust that there are only two ways of communication with negative information and with negative mentions. Way number one, something has happened on our website or in our group, in our page, for example, on Facebook. On way number two, third-party resource. For example, enemies website, enemies groups, enemies content. Actually, the result should always be the same, compensating for negative. We should persuade people to delete this information. Of course, we can delete everything in the world, everything in YouTube, delete video, delete photo in somewhere in Instagram. But for example, your customer has created video about you, for example, bad reviews. He has spent money on it, he has spent the time on it, and you have deleted it. You ask YouTube, hey guys, delete it, and they delete it. Your consumer will be not happy about it. Try to persuade people to delete it by their own. And even if you pay money for them, even if you give them some promo code, some discount, it will be cool for them. So try to persuade people to communicate with you because it's the best way to communication with people. Several words about Russian internet, about Russian social media. Maybe you know this one. It's Telegram Messenger. Guys, do you know this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's VKontakte, but nice try. I will show you Yandex later. Yandex is a Russian clone of Google. Guys, it's our own clone of Facebook. And almost 70% of Russian population use this one. And only 10% of Russian population use Facebook. Because if you ask people in subway, especially elder people, hey, what is Facebook? They will tell you something like, it is a weapon of our American rivals. It's something about weapon or armor. And if you ask them, what is VKontakte? They will tell us, oh, it's a Russian charity. Actually, it's real cool, but if you find it, it's a real clone. It is the same Facebook, but with another logo. It's very cool. Telegram, it is one of the most famous messenger in Russia. Actually, I like this one. Blogspot, it's a blogging platform very popular in Russia, and LiveJournal, the most popular bloggers platform in Russia. So, Russian community will write something bad about you here, not in WeChat. Russian people don't know what WeChat. Guys, actually, I tried to use WeChat, I don't know what happened, but they have banned me. I'm sure that I'm a cool guy and I will do something with it, but there are many problems, there are many resources where you will have to work if you are going to do your business in Russia. Unfortunately or fortunately, Telegram has very interesting format of communications. There are channels. It's kind of group. One group can contain several 100,000 users. It's kind of group chat. It's one of this format is one of the most important and famous sources of information for the whole Russia. Actually, it is the list of most important channels, for example, for cryptocurrency and for blockchain. When we promote different Chinese blockchains in Russia, we work here. And these are forums, most of them are being created somewhere in the United States and Canada, and when we try to promote blockchains in any country, we work there. Why is it important? We have already created more than several hundred, 2,000 accounts in different chats and in different forums. Sometimes you have to create your own account, sometimes you have to hire somebody's account, and sometimes we have to hire even influencers in chats and in forums. Because somebody has to protect you. You need to find your defense, you need to find your support groups, so we do it. Then, SERM, Search Engine Reputation Management. What is it? It is about Google and about Yandex, my friend. So, this is an example of Search Engine Reputation Management. It is an example, it's one of our friends. It is Mobile Go. It's a very famous ICO. It was one of the most successful ICO in Europe several years ago. But unfortunately, the result was very, very bad. They gathered more than $50 million, and now price of the token is almost nothing. Investors are very unhappy, but these guys tell people that everything will be okay, and their online reputation is not very good. Here is, if you don't know, it's not Google. It is search engine result page of Google. It's a little bit another thing. Negative website, neutral website, negative, negative, neutral, neutral. You can see 2 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars. Actually, you shouldn't or you must not check here or press here, click here. You already see result. No need to press somewhere. An opposite example, reputation of Tesla. I have seen many Tesla here in Hong Kong, and one my new friend has already promised me to show me his Tesla. Actually, I like it, but Tesla Model S review. Positive, 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 only positive information. No troubles to brand. So, example, bad reputation, good reputation. Why is it so important? What is search engine reputation management? We create or we find good sites, good news, good reviews, and we promote it to the top position of Google, Yandex, Yahoo, or any other search engines. There are many search engines in Russia. I know that there are only several search engines popular in China. Here it is Google, and there are several other search engines on mainland China. But Russia has this serious quantity of search engines, and we have to work with all of them. So we create or we find something positive, and we promote it to the top position of Google or Yandex or any other search engines. This way we can suppress negative information out of Google, or sometimes we can delete this information out of Google. What can we do with it, and why is it so important? Search engine reputation management actually is the best example how to show people how much money they can lose or how much money they can earn. For example, we can assess even lost income, how much money brand can add to it. For example, it's typical example of any Chinese brand in Russia. For example, we have 5 negative websites on the first screen of Google search engine result page. Why only 5 negative websites? Because some screen of iPhone or screen of Android devices, it contains not more than 5 websites. It is a 100% vision area. All users see this negative information. What we know? Actually, there are several very cool services in Russia, and they help us to assess how many people checked this page every day. So we know how many users have already seen negative information, or how many users will see this negative information during several weeks or several days. Thanks to Nielsen company, we know that 70% of users trust to online reviews and ratings. So 70% of users will trust to this negative information. And every brand always know how much money they can earn from one consumer. If we multiply all these figures, we will understand lost income from negative websites. Is it clear? Okay, guys. So actually, it is the best way to persuade somebody to work with their online reputation management and with their online reputation. Typical result of search engine reputation management case. Actually, situation can be improved in 4, 5, or 6 months with any brands. Because on the beginning of our work, we always know how many negative sites we have in Google or we have in Yandex. Actually, if you have 4 or 5, 40 or 50% of negative websites, it's not good, but it's okay, it's not catastrophic. We create many positive sites, we create many positive news, we promote them to the top of search engine results of Google and Yandex, and after several months, we always have more than 80% of positive information or of Google or in Yandex. What can we do with it? It is a typical example of promotion of blockchain. Why I tell you so many information, such a huge amount of information about blockchain? Because it is typical example of Chinese brands in Russia. Many Chinese STO, EO, and blockchains try to get their clients in Russia. During the first week, we always create more than 20 press releases on all blockchain websites, write articles to different top websites. On start, we try to work on forums or on websites. Only 30 sites are presented here. More than that, do you know all of this? These are typical Russian internet. Russian people like ВКонтакте, our main social network. Telegram, our main messenger. Do you know what's that?
Yeah.
Viber? Because you're not from China, right?
Yeah.
That's why I know it. It is the second popular messenger in Russia. Live Journal, it's the main Russian blogging platform. I hope you know it. It's WhatsApp, guys. It is the third popular messenger in Russia. What is funny, all the people here do. It's obvious, it's obvious. Bloggers, blogging platform. Second screen, sorry for that. I like the stage. So we have to create chats, we have to create groups and representatives, and we have to find influencers in all these social media. Because it's almost impossible to promote anything in Russia without communication with all these platforms. Sometimes we have even to communicate with moderators and with the administrators of ВКонтакте. Sometimes we send them some rude letters. You have to delete this article, or we will sue you in the church, and you will have many troubles with us because we work with Russian government. Come and do something. It's our work. What should you do with search engine reputation management? You can do the same in Hong Kong and China. How can we conquer the whole search engine result page in Google, for example? Even advertisement can be used for search engine reputation management. If you have faced many bad news about you, many bad reviews about you, you can create a lot of advertisement with funny titles, and this way you will make people to click on your advertisement, not on bad sites. Articles on Wikipedia and other online encyclopedias. You all know what is Wikipedia? Okay, guys, it is the most famous online encyclopedia. They always tell that they are free encyclopedia. Guys, they are not free encyclopedia. They have very strange moderators. I'm sure that sometimes they work for somebody, and you can always try to hire moderators and then promote your article. But we create articles on Wikipedia, and we create articles on several hundred of other encyclopedias. There are many clones of Wikipedia in internet. Accounts in different social networks: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, ВКонтакте. There is a clone of YouTube in Russia. We name it RuTube. You see, YouTube, RuTube, not a big difference, but we are proud that we have our own YouTube. Come on. We have changed only 2 figures, but RuTube, not YouTube. Russia is cool, yes. Blogs on different platforms. There are many blogging platforms, and bloggers are one of the most important sources of information in Russia. Bloggers, microbloggers, micro-influencers. If some blogger has at least 1,000 subscribers, sometimes it's okay, and it's enough to promote something not very big. And creation of websites with well-chosen branded names. I always advise you to create as many websites as you can with good domain names. For example, if I don't promote that, but an example, if I work with Huawei, I will create websites like Huawei reviews.ru for Russia, Huawei's отзывы.ru. Отзывы means reviews in Russia. And I will create several hundred websites for them with feedbacks and with the reviews. And this way we will get all positions in Google and in Yandex, and it will be very, very cool results. These are typical clients who always ask for online reputation. Healthcare, yes, because people have troubles with health, and that is why they like to write something bad about healthcare system, about hospitals. Beauty segment, it's amazing. They always have money, and people always write something bad about beauty. Banks. People don't like banks. It's true. And I'm sure that banks don't like people. We have both. Yes, we don't like both, but we work together. Auto industry. Thanks God, Chinese cars are very popular in Russia, but they have many troubles with online reputation because it's real that quality of some brands are not very cool. But I should tell you that I'm sure that Chinese electric cars, competitors of Tesla, they are much better than Tesla. I have tried both of them. State authorities, political parties, political persons, any state authorities, any state organization always have troubles in international relations and with reputation. FMCG brands, they all have troubles, and airline companies, online stores, hotels, real estate, shopping, and personal reputation. Personal reputation, I believe that it is the most important in online reputation management, because power of brand always rely on a person. Dima has already presented you an example that when Elon Musk smoked some weed and the capitalization of the whole company dropped significantly. On the other hand, we have Russia and Putin. Putin as well is a very cool guy, and all people in the world, especially Russian people, believe that Russia is a very cool country. So, brand of the whole country relies on a brand of one person. If you can promote your own brand, you will be able to promote the whole, the reputation of your whole brand. In Russia, me and Dima, we have more than three companies. In overall, we have more than 100 employees. But the companies rely on two persons, reputation of two co-founders. We have already published 2 books, and our first book has been sold more than, we have sold more than 30,000 books. It's only one book, and we have 2 books. And it's very cool. There are many ways how can we promote personal brand. So if you are going to promote your business, try to promote your personal brand. Guys, these are my contacts. This is me. I like this guy. And if you like me, show me some support. Say yes. Hey! Yay! Guys, no music stop. I have visited many seminars and many coaching courses. I like coaching, I like seminars. I like such guys like Tony Robbins, the most famous coach in the world. Are you sure that you are very cool entrepreneurs, marketers, PRs? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, if yes, then raise your hand and say yes.
Yes.
And yes. Not put your hands. Please keep your hand. And if you're cool, show it to yourself. Tap your hand. Come on, you're very cool. Thank you for attention, guys. Show me some support. Hey!
Thank you so much, Nikita.